Alright, so this is my review of the NXT Booker T Appreciation night. The night started off with JC Jane, Soruka, and Zarya in a triple threat match for the NXT Women's title. Going into it, I thought Zarya was going to win, but JC ended up winning. The ending match sequences was pretty crazy. Um, Zarya ended up getting knocked out the ring after she hit JC Jane with a F5. She gets knocked out the ring by Soul, and then Soul hits JC with a Soul Snatcher, goes for the pin. Zarya grabs Soul before the ref gets to the 3 count. F5 Soul, throws Soul back into the ring. Then Zarya tries to get back into the ring to get the 3 count on Soul. Then Fallon Henley and Laney Reed grab Zarya as she's getting in the ring, and then Zarya headbutts Laney, and then F5s Fallon Henley. Hope I'm saying her name right. But during all that chaos, JC Jane goes for the pin as Zarya's F5 and Fallon Henley and retains the title. The match lasted for 10 minutes and 48 seconds, bell to bell. Then next we get a in-ring promo from Ricky Saints. He comes out, but when he's doing the thing he does on the corner rope, when he comes out, he almost slips, but he doesn't really like he don't fall, but like he's standing in the middle of the ring, finishing out the little arm pump thing that he do. He's talking about going for the NXT Championship. Then Ethan comes out because last week he pinned Joe Hendry in their like tag match for a title shot. So whoever pinned whoever got a title shot against that person, and Ethan pinned Joe Hendry last week, so he has a title shot technically. Not even technically, that was the rule. So they're both talking about becoming 2-time NXT champ. Joe Hendry comes out, and then they go back and forth for a little bit. Then they eventually jump Joe. Um, Joe Hendry ends up getting the upper hand, hits them both with fallaway slams. Then Joe does a little turnaround thing he usually does, and then when he turns around, Tony D'Angelo comes out of nowhere and spears the hell out of him. And then Ricky and Ethan try to attack Tony, and I think it's to forget about it. I don't like he raised him up and he slams him pretty high, gets him pretty high up. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty crazy. So then we go into the second match, Los Americanos versus Vanity Projects 6-man tag match. Um, I'm not gonna say I didn't care about the match, but like I thought Los Americanos was gonna win, and they won. It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was a really good match because they got the NXT Tag Champs, and then they got the Evolve Champs on with the Vanity Project. So it was a good it was a good like group matching. But that lasted for about what was it, 12 minutes and 42 seconds. All right, so we get to the main reason why we're all here, and for the Booker T appreciation. So Booker T's family's in the ring, and they got some students from his wrestling school. Oh, my bad. Uh, Vic's in the middle of the ring. He's talking about the years that he spent working with Booker T on commentary for over. I guess it's been over 3 years now. Keep in mind he was originally supposed to be on for 3 months when he first came on, which is insane when you think about it, but that just goes to show you the impact the man has on commentary. Um, they play a nice little video with a whole bunch of people from like Stone Cold to Trick Williams, Roxanne Perez, and everybody talking about pretty much how Booker's impact. Stone Cold brings up the fact that every time he's outside, people always ask him about the shopping cart. Trick Williams gives him props for just pretty much just being there and giving his entrance the energy. Stephanie Vicur says that he made her move famous, which he did. I mean, we're gonna keep it a bean, but anyways, so so after that plays out, Vic um hands Booker a plaque, and he gives Booker the ring to speak. And as Buck starts to speak, Keanu Carver interrupts, just on some Black Air Force energy with Buck for whatever grudge he has against Buck, but hey, it is what it is. Starts yelling, everybody starts booing him, and then so there's like Buck got like two students in the ring with him, and then there's like some other ones that's like out there by the barricade, so they jump the barricade, and they go to rush Keanu Carver. He beats them all up, and just like tosses them off to the side. Then he gets up to the ring and tells Buck he got about 10 seconds to get up out his ring before he do something to him. And then then Keanu goes to step in the ring, and the other two students are still in the ring. They go to attack him, and he beats them up. And then after that, Jasper Troy comes out, and then he gets Keanu up out of there. And then, like, this is the weird part to me. So then, after all of that, the not the whole roster, I'm pretty sure there was some people that were missing, but pretty much everybody that was there that either wrestled or part of the roster came out for and with Rob Stone and gave Book a round of applause, which is like weird timing. So then Book starts yelling at Rob Stone that he gotta do something about Keanu Carver. You can't be having him run around wild and rampant and whatnot. He's pretty upset, and rightfully so. Uh, so then we go to Fallon Henley versus Ren Sinclair for the speed title. It's a 5 minute timer. Ren submits Fallon Henley for the win in like 3 minutes and 39 seconds. She hits her with the final wrench. That's her move. That's the name she gave it. Also, a happy Ren's Day. uh, that's my girl. She got it. She got a title. It's a good day. You know. All right. So then we get backstage promo. Ethan and Ricky, they talking to Rob Stone about what happened earlier, and then Ethan pretty much tells Rob that Ricky wants Tony 1-on-1 next week in the main event, and then Rob is like, all right, yeah, but Ricky's like, yeah, yeah, I want a 1-on-1 because I know Ethan's gonna be in my buddy. Ethan's gonna be in my corner. So then we move on to Hank and Tank versus Birthright. I call them the Nepo babies. So it's Connors, Uriah Connors, and he don't go by Stacks, but I wrote down Stacks in my notes. Uh, Channing Lorenzo. I'm just going based off memory. I think that's the name he's going by now. It's Channing Lorenzo now. So this is like a number one tag team contenders match, but it's like in a tournament style. So this is like the semifinals. So they're going, whoever wins this pretty much is going to the finals, right? To be in, I think it's for a title shot at Stand and Deliver. which is also interesting because Stand Deliver is going to be on YouTube in the US as well. They also announced that Sexy Red is going to be hosting. It's going to be in like St. Louis. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All right, so this match was a pretty short match. So there was like a whole bunch of confusion like towards like the end sequences, like mix up because Hank and Tank, they got confused on who was the legal man, and but Uriah Connor's got the pin on Hank, and that match only lasted for like 4 minutes and 44 seconds. That was the second shortest match, and it wasn't even a speed match. Insane. What happened to Hank and Tank, man? They were good. They were the NXT Tag Team Champs at one point. Then they went to Japan. They got Tag Team Gold over there, and they came back from Japan. It's just like they just been losing. I don't get it. They're in better shape than when they left, too. Anyways, so we get another backstage promo after that. Joe demands a match against Tony. Rob tells him he can't because Ricky has a match against Tony next week in the main event. Then Dark State, then it like pans over to Dark State attacking OTM backstage, and they take them out, and they're yelling at them, telling them nobody's safe. And then we move on to the main event, the steel cage match between Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Izzy comes out, what was it? Sean Spears and Nico Vance. They don't stay outside the cage or nothing like that. They just come out with her for the entrance and then, you know, make sure she good walking down. Even though they're not even about to do anything because we've seen what happened last week. But anyways, that's a story for another day. Um, Tatum comes out and she's standing in like the entrance, and then she raises the title at the entrance at the ropes, and then Izzy runs up behind her and knocks her out before she can even get in the ring, and the bell can ring. So she starts attacking her outside of the steel cage, and she ends up grabbing a steel chair from underneath the ring, and uh, well, I, wait, does Tatum? I think Tatum either she'll get crawling back. She ends up crawling in the ring, or she gets thrown in and crawls all the way to like a far corner or something like that. Then Izzy goes in, and then the bell rings. So they fought for like a good. Hold on, I wrote how long they fought out. So yeah, they fought for like a good minute 21 seconds. This is the longest match of the night. It was 13 minutes and 30 seconds. So they fought outside the cage for like a good minute 20, and then from like bell to bell was like 12 minutes and 9 seconds. So 13 minutes and 30 seconds in total for the whole thing. There was some dry spots during the match, like when they were slamming each other's heads against the steel cage. It felt a little dry, and then that was really it for me. That was like the only real sort of like dry spot during like the whole thing from start to finish. There, and then there was this one spot where Izzy had her up in like a powerbomb position, like towards the end of the match, and I just wasn't sure what she was trying to do. I wasn't sure if she was trying to power bomb her against the steel cage and then like keep hold of her, or just slam her against the steel. Like I don't know, but she ended up almost dropping her like two different times. And was it two or was it three? Anyway, she almost dropped her a couple different times. I just wasn't sure. the third time she did like kind of Tatum uh got the upper hand on her, and she ends up retaining. Tatum wins. Um, but as Tatum's mom was also there in attendance, and as Tatum was on the ramp celebrating, uh, Blake Monroe came up from like underneath the ramp, like some secret hatchway, like when with John Cena and Cody Rhodes when they came up through the secret hatch in the ramp thing. Yeah, so she grabs Tatum. Tatum drops the title, grabs her, throws her down there, and then Blake pops back up, and then she grabs the title and she holds it up, and that's how we end the show. Um, I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad. It was fairly entertaining the whole night. I'm not, a professional rater or nothing like that, but it was a good show. I enjoyed it. Hopefully catch you guys in the next episode.